Hello, it's Morgan Keith, and today I would like to speak on the very debatable subject of gun control. The right to bear arms is guaranteed to us in the Bill of Rights. I can understand, with all of the violence and shootings in the U.S., that U.S. citizens are concerned about who should carry guns. But, as the famous saying goes, guns don't kill people, people kill people. I agree with this quote completely, because a loaded gun lying on the counter could not kill someone. It takes someone who has not had the proper training or education, along with some unstable mental issues, to shoot someone. Someone being in this state has caused many controversial issues with society, believing that guns should not be permitted. The Second Amendment clearly states, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. People definitely have the right to own a gun, and that right should not be taken away from them. One of the first cases that tested the Second Amendment was the United States versus Miller in 1939. The article states, in the Miller case, the court held that the mandatory registration of shotguns required by the National Firearms Act is constitutional. The same article states that in the District of Columbia versus Heller in 2008, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down a ban on handguns in Washington, D.C., marking the second time that the court has directly weighed in on scope of the Second Amendment. The court held in Heller that an individual had the right to possess and carry a firearm unconnected with militia service. If we aren't allowed to have guns, how does anyone expect to stay safe in their home if someone breaks into your house and tries to harm you or your family? Michael Waldman states, surprisingly, there is not a single word about an individual right to a gun for self-defense. On another note, if the military didn't have guns, how are they supposed to protect themselves when they go to war with other countries? Guns are definitely an essential for the military. Now, I would like to take a moment to talk about the recreational part of gun usage. So many families own guns not just for protection, but for recreational use also. Like my family and many others, we love to hunt. The picture on the left is a picture of me as a small child with my dad's deer that he shot. The picture on the right is me a few weeks back when I shot my doe. This is a picture of my dad with a deer that he shot a few years back. It's one of the biggest ones that he shot, and he's so proud, and I'm proud of him also. It's something I've done my entire life, and if the government decides to take away guns, then many people wouldn't have a way to make a living or feed their families and get to spend quality time bonding, doing something that they love to do. This is a very hot debate as to whether all citizens should be allowed to carry firearms. As you look at the chart, within an 11-year span, with just a small increase in the gun possession, it lowered the crime rate by 50%. This shows that the crime is down and the community is aware that more people have protection, so thieves are less likely to pursue. With the understanding that all citizens are mentally incapable or using properly, this is where the importance of gun safety classes and proper training with the use of guns come into play. There are many different classes you can take for gun safety. One is your hunter's education class. When you turn 16, you have to take this test and this class to be able to have your hunting license. You have your concealed permit test. When you turn 21 and you would like to own a gun, you have to have your concealed permit with you at all times. Your tactical weapons training is a subdivision of troop and naval training combined with fire, technical, and drill along with other military skills. Learning how to shoot, skeet, and trap is mainly for your bird hunting if that's what you would like to do. Your long range can be for anyone from snipers to regular hunters like me and my dad. This training is for shooting from 400 to 600 yards. With all of this in mind, you see that the crime rate went down as gun possession increased. There are many classes being offered to have a better understanding when possessing a gun, and there's much debate over this subject. There are a lot of different opinions and beliefs where gun control is concerned. I believe that with the proper training and education, we can all be more prepared to handle a gun properly. Guns do not have to be about death, violence, and trouble. They can be used for our country's protection and family enjoyment as we enter the next century. Life is not always about the negative and bad. We can make a change. I hope this gives you more insight on the enjoyments and the needs of guns. This is my works cited, and thank you.